Let's do this, finally. It's been long enough. Okay. Well. Good. We need to finally get the show on the road, I would say. Wasted half an hour of this session and there's not really a reason for it. At the time, but time is just constantly my enemy. Hello, take inputs to skip the intro. We need to switch the car. Last time we need to use this specific livery. Right. Okay then. Then for RCI motor. That's what is still in touch, good. Because I wasn't even remembering it. I've just now remembered it. 30.8, holy crap. Yeah. I felt like last week was my only opportunity I would have gotten this season. Frankly. That was my best opportunity and I just got fucked there. I should have reported actually the incident, but didn't get around to it. But a guy pulled out on me. I really walked away without anything. Didn't deserve that. That guy deserved definitely a penalty for how stupid that was. Utterly ridiculously stupid. Right. That'll be fine. 21, yeah, 25th track. Let's get it rolling finally. More driving, less talking. We don't have that much practice here in comparison to the VTuber GT. It's quite bouncy for the pit exit there. That's nice. Right, whoever's behind me is probably going faster than me. Because of course they will be. Yeah, I guess that's a fourth gear corner. Well, you can try. Oh, that was a bit deep. Because I got a bit too confident in my braking ability.
Yellow flag accepted.
What are you doing? Come on! I'm tired of people who cannot drive properly, driving all over the circuit. Not expecting this tonight too much. Most people are very competent here to drive, except Ireland really, because he's moderator. Although that wasn't too offensive in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, racing moderators usually they have better things to do than drive, so they're not that great at it.
Well done, mate. That's all best.
32. Honestly, not terrible. Not great either. Probably fourth gear corner, but it's so awkwardly in between. Slight lock up there. And then dropped all the pace into the corner. Yeah, definite fourth gear and could even carry more speed than that. And not really half a second, it's just a few tenths here and there.
There's a slow car ahead.
Wait, I have another half a second there till I butchered corkscrew. And drop half a second basically.
There's a slow car ahead.
I don't like how I'm destroying the rear tires there. They might be a bit better in taking now. I mean, at least it's not qualifying, but come on, could I like not get... I see why. I see why it fucking happens here, thanks game, thanks for the... Is there enough time to drive around? No, not really. But thanks game for yeeting me into a barrier for no reason. I much appreciate when that happens. Prior to the accident, the pressures weren't particularly low either. So that's the wear pattern. We haven't driven too many left. Ooh, there's too much cam on the front right. The front left. Way too much, need to cut that down. I'd say even this side has a bit much camera. Not really, that's fine I would say. Rear right, also fine I would say. This I will just reduce by 1 degree. Should be fun. When the pressures were high due to the slider I had there at the end. Prior to that, the rear pressures were a bit high. And the front pressures I would say just about right. So yeah, that should be fine now. Take the fuel off the car. Steering ratio should be fine. Maybe, nah, the car handles pretty well, it's just... Well, I'm running a lot of rear wing. Yeah, they had to continue moving the fucking goalpost down the road, it's like... Yeah, it was a half decent lap and then the aliens were there, but like... Yeah, what I was about to say when I crossed start finish is like, yeah, obviously my lap time dropped down because I was just about to break a second barrier there, and this game obviously will not give me that. That will just not happen. Well, it will happen eventually. But like, it will absolutely tear its legs trying to prevent me from doing fun things like that. And getting, you know, progress and stuff like that done. I don't know if we were less people than last week or more, because we're 21 on the grid. I think we definitely have some fast guys back that were in there last week. How many AM rows do we have right now? We have 6. Okay, there's a bit of a loss there. I guess they all... Wait, they weren't supposed to drive out yet. Hold on a second. There's 21 minutes planned for qualifying. First minute is just waiting. Then it's 10 minutes for AMs and 10 minutes for pros. But what we have right now is that the AMs all left already. Now the last one of the AMs, I think, drove out. Was that an AM? Yeah, it's an AM. Okay. Just verifying. Yeah, that checks out. Let's watch Ireland. But while that is happening, I'm gonna figure out if all of them broke the rules now. You know the rules, and so do I. Or do I? So. Okay, first 10 minutes is qualifying for the AM cars are allowed to track. That's 21 to 11 minutes of the countdown. Any lap started after 11 minutes. The driver is allowed to finish. Once to finish the lap, pull over and return to the garage. From 10 minutes on the countdown, the pro class can leave the pits and lap until the end of the session. Ah, so they give 1 minute break between the two. Makes more sense, honestly, but frankly I have seen weird things over the years and this makes sense. Yes. Thank you. There's one something. That's a bit wide. No one has so far put a lap time in. Although I think Crombine is the last guy who has started his lap. So he's just starting his lap now. So it's Dan Smith right now. He's the first one who can complete a lap. Followed closely by, of course, Ireland's Van Zupten. Zutphen. Zutphen. I think is the correct pronunciation. And then last is Carl right now. I just clapped off him when he was saving his car, but first lap in 32.3, which is relatively close to what I was doing. And then Dan's K-Boss goes slower. And then Van Zupten moves it into the sub 32 category already. Making me sweat already, considering that was his first flyer. Although he has run up to Ireland, so who knows if he can... Oh, he has so much looseness in his setup, let's be frank, way too loose. And yeah, he did have this mistake on his flyer on the up corner, or left-hander. Oh, not left-hander, no, on the left off this right hand on the exit there. Honestly, I don't know why he's not just abandoning the lap to... You're not gonna put a good lap in, and you've been already very sideways at times in this lap, so just abandon it and get grounds, frankly. You know he's not fast, it's fine, just abandon your lap, you're not winning. I think it might be legal in RCI to overtake in qualifying, but like... Yeah, you're getting the cold shoulder shown. Good, finally you come to your senses and wait. You know, you have also a decent gap here back to Kara. Yeah, do not know why that had to be done. There was no reason particularly for it. Frankly. That was just a waste of everyone's time by fighting. Doesn't help anyone. Well done. I just noticed Ireland has number 141. So you must have signed up after me, probably? Because I'm running 140. Well, he usually runs 141, I don't know. Because I'm running obviously 140 because on the National livery I'm always running 140. Due to the fact that, well, that's her height in centimeters. On the Russia livery it was a 143 because for some reason Russia is 3 centimeters taller than Nazuna. Do not ask. I don't know, maybe she got washed too warm. I don't know if that's a saying that even exists in English. I know it's a German, in German it exists. If you wash something too hard, then it we refer to eingehen. It shrinks. Shrinking is the English. It shrinks in the wash if you wash it too hard. Oh man, this guy is struggling to just... He is a bit... challenged. Wouldn't quite say directionally challenged. He's seemingly capable of pointing it roughly the right direction, but like... he's like a bricklayer in terms of trying to stay on the circuit. Ah, that. This is a... I don't even know, I mean, it's... I know what is depicted, and that's the Vocaloids. Because MUQU is actually on that as well, so it's an image of multiple Vocaloids from the same company. But I got this poster when I ordered back in 2020, I think. I ordered some merch from Mosebox, and that included a couple of posters, but also like I selected, oh yeah, you can send me a random poster, and this was one that I got for it. So they also included other stuff that I didn't even order technically. I guess because I ordered like, I think like 80 euros or something worth of stuff from them. Makes sense. I should stop watching him. Right. When Subton in the meantime has moved his lap time down to a 31, so I'm getting really quite intimidated at this point, considering the fastest I mustered was a 32, which was a single flyer. More practice I haven't gotten since then. But yeah, this is quite intimidating, frankly. I think she isn't too easy to see. Well, yeah, right, she is on the far left, so she should be actually in the picture, I think, still. I mean... I'm not gonna tone police this stuff. It's like... Oh hey, is this anime? No, this is manga. It's like, come on. Oh, is this an anime character? No, it's a manga character. Obviously with like, hey, you're reading this anime, and it's like, no, that's not right, but like... With referring to the art style, for all intents and purposes, she is an anime girl. Considering she actually is in certain situations an anime girl because she's a character in an anime show. Multiples, in fact. Yeah, that's... She can definitely be counted as that. Right. AM qualifying is about to end. Only a couple of seconds left. And then we have a minute extra to... You know, ready ourselves. Is that already somebody queuing up? Yeah, Delhi is already queuing up there. I think I'm gonna wait a moment to let these guys sort themselves out. Pulling over right now. Judging probably in what Subton puts in terms of a lap time. But yeah, I put this poster there because this is just some basic wood panel that doesn't particularly look great on the camera, but it's quite useful for adding rigidity to my rig. So there is that. So it got added there, or more like added back, because at one point I had a wood panel already there, but that was when my paddle, my old T3PAs were mounted to the man. That guy makes a bit of a pit entrance there. Right.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
Right.
There's a slow car up ahead.
Ah. Well, that's a bit embarrassing. Especially because I have to do that pit exit once in the race. So,
There's a slow car up ahead.
whoa, I'm getting so much oversteer right now. It's quite surprising. Hello, car. Let's see what we can do. 131 is to beat, because we want to at least be faster than the AM drivers. I mean, and last week we got out qualified by a few, but it was because the AM qualifiers got the dry qualifying. But we got like half a lap of dry. Actually, we didn't even get a half a lap, we got one lap in greasy conditions. It already started before we got into our flyer. It was a very interesting qualifying. Yeah, I should have stayed fourth there. Not expecting too much from this lap. It's been relatively scruff so far. Oh, I missed the apex there. Understeer, understeer. Oh, there's just no grip on the circuit. Like, it just does not want to bite at all. It's so weird, and in practice there was a lot more grip than this. Yeah, the track is fast, that's why. But it doesn't bother the freaking AM runners. It's, yeah, 432. Oh, this is awful. I'd hope that I at least could match my practice time, but no, it's because I need to get like 1.5 seconds out of that lap. Where is this? Are these freaking aliens getting those times, frankly? Hello, it's not like I'm having enough of a bad time. This doesn't mean you need to snatch your front wheel into the gravel as well. Thanks, I am gladly appreciating how you just cannot keep your wheels out of the fucking gravel. There's just no grip. It does not want to bite, it doesn't want to do anything. Would love if my car stopped 180ing on me in handling.
Slow car ahead.
Way, I got like 210s and lost it all. Well, actually getting it back again. Yeah, 210s, hooray! It's gonna change the world. I need 1.5 seconds, not 210s. I'm faster than Subton, I know that, but like, track really does not want to support me. Lost all the time on the exit again. Thanks.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Oh, it does not want to turn! Come on, you shitbox! Like, come on, I need like half a second. These corners should be... There should be more in there. I'm not driving it so wrong. Not doing anything wrong. It's just not wanting to produce the lap time. And it's like matched. Instead of a gain, I need gains. This is why I hate hard lapping. In practice and everything related to it. Now there's the gains. No! Come on, you absolute shitbox, you garbage can. Come on. There was no reason for that oversteer spike all of a sudden. Now that isn't the 1.5 seconds yet. I need another bit more time, but this is at least something, frankly. So we can start working on things. I don't know how suddenly lap time is coming out. That's suddenly half a second in the first few corners while doing not much different. That's probably too conservative. No! You fucking idiot of a car, come on! Is this how you two eat gravel again? And hey, 210's gone for nothing. I made no difference in that corner. Did even less different here. Didn't have a massive oversteer spike, did still going slower. Oh god, I hated all this shit. You make no difference whatsoever and it just produces vastly different lap times because fucking randomness. Front tires are actually overpressured. It's still not quite there. Ooh, that is playing with track limits really tight. No, no, no. Oh, no. No! Come on! Blew it in the final corner.
Well done, mate. That was the best.
No, no. Good enough.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, that was early braking. Oh, I got oversteer there.
Yellow flag. Be careful there.
Ah, still the exit speed is down. It's probably not gonna be enough.
Session is now over.
Fucking hell, come on! What utter bullshit is this? Come on! 0.08! Ugh! So close, but yet damn it so far. And somehow the pace was getting there slowly but surely. And my first sector is fast, and my middle sector was a bit slower this time around. Last sector was decent, but not as fast as one of my previous runs. Ah, damn. And still, like, Jesus, why is that guy so much faster in the last sector than me? He's like 2/10 up on me in the last sector. Middle sector I'm faster, first sector I'm faster, and the last sector he's just somehow faster than me. Where's the last sector again? The last sector is corkscrew, down the hill, and down the hill still further. And I'm just under a second actually of the pole position, so that's not terrible, but I mean on the other end we're lapping very short lap time, so it's like, I don't think that's really much of a brag, honestly. What is my fuel consumption actually? 1.71 it says. So 1.71. So where's my calculator? Where the hell did you materialize again? 60 minutes around about. Yeah, that's 40 obviously. Let's take 42 times 1.675. That's 73 liters. 0.5. Okay. Let's take 75 liters. We're gonna have a mandatory pit stop anyway, but yeah, we can just. We did get over pressure on all tires, so it's like. Let's take some pressure out of these tires, I would say. Oh yeah, right, the readings here are inaccurate because I lost my tires at 2 due to it running while I was finishing up the lap. But we can actually also take the stream replay again to figure out how much what tire pressure I was running up at. So here Yeah, there's quite a bit of pressure on the front right extra. We should probably compensate additionally for that. Specifically. That should be fine now. Okay, because we're gonna probably run this tire set the entire race. 1 liter of fuel. That's all we need. Can cook up settings are probably fine. Track is at optimum, which is good for us. That should help. Oh yeah, we don't get wear pattern analysis because we lost again the tire set. God damn it. Because this would be interesting to see how we may need to drop the cambers on these tires a bit further. I'm gonna just do that a bit. Maybe honestly just actually jack the camber on the rear right a bit up. So that's it. That's all we... Let's just briefly check that we get a fresh set of tires, yep. And roll out on the fresh set. Okay then. I was about to say, oh, I have a Maserati behind me, and I was like, wait a second, the title of this series. There's only Maseratis, only! Come on! It's the 5th week, and you're starting to forget that. I'm questioning myself at times. I mean, P10 also has a starting position, isn't the worst that we can get at. Although there's not that much grit behind us, so... Hey, we're not actually that far off Healy, who I was fighting last week for a win with, so... When Sabrent is a bit annoying because we dealt with him at Donington and that wasn't particularly too fun for any of us. We clearly sandbagged in the pre-season qualifying. And the pre-quality, but like, can get away with it. I mean, I saw earlier on the RCI Discord somebody being like, hey, I'm looking for a team. I can do, I think it was sub 2 minutes at Silverstone and low 56s at Nürburgring. So I'm looking for an silver AM. So I'm like a silver AM driver. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That's not AM times in no galaxy whatsoever. If that's AM times, then like, what the hell am I? Like, because I don't think I can do those times, frankly. Well, get close at least. In qualifying I can do those. Perhaps, probably. I don't know. Weather dependence. Too many factors. Perhaps on hot lap mode. Who don't know? L knows. But like, I think there is a scenario where this is possible for me. But not usually, frankly. Usually I would expect to be doing... I wouldn't describe myself as being capable of doing those lap times, that's just me though.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Ah!
Got some light damage on the front.
Yeah, totally what I fucking needed. Totally what I fucking needed. The guys in front of me check up, I get oversteer, and I get hit.
Slow car
Oh,
ahead.
I guess there's more guys I see involved.
Car on the right.
How bad is the damage? 23 seconds, like, can I have one race where I don't take massive fucking damage? Thanks. It's like, it's not that hard, but like every single race I started recently I've gotten with the face full of damage, and it is kind of not my fault usually. I think there's a case. Oh, could you pick up the pace already? Or let me buy either one. You're a liability with how goddamn slow you are.
Main window is open. Clear on the right. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
Like, I wanted to make up a few positions considering I didn't have particularly much pace in qualifying, but like, hey, I need more damage and I need to be thrown down the entire grid. Thanks. Totally what I needed. And on a track where it's pretty damn hard to overtake in the first place. Heck, that guy's right now keeping up with me. Because I'm taking it a bit too easy. Even Highlander's keeping up with me. All my car's too damaged. I mean, the boat was doing still fine with 30 seconds worth of damage on it. But it is the tank that is the boat. Not the Maserati, which is a bit aero dependent. Actually, both of them are kind of.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, come on. It's a bit awkward, but I want to dispatch of the guy.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Over 33, that's embarrassingly slow. Even if I lost a bunch of time in the final corner, I don't think that's more than really a second. A bunch of time left on the table here. Yeah, it's about a second that I lost there. Not really.
Gaining on the driver ahead is
33 though is not too bad on race pace. I mean, I'm carrying about 50 liters extra than compared to qualifying. fuel per lap is a bit high though right now. So that will not be sufficient to actually getting to the end right now. It's not good if I underfuel the car. That's like 66 liters and I have 54 minutes to go. I don't think that adds up right now. I need to get by these two here. They're technically pro drivers, but you know, they're in the middle of the AM field right now. I'm going slower and slower again. Close in on them. Which means that car is even keeping up with me right now. It's... yeah, I guess my rear wing is not helping me in my aero damage because these guys are actually driving away from me whenever there's a straightaway. It's probably part of the problem. Come on, turn, you shitbox! And overtaking a single car series is also pretty difficult to begin with. So this is turning into less of that fun for the minute. And Cal is even dropping back to the cars in front, so I need to badly just get by these two and get the pace back up. Thank you. That's... somehow they just have more straight line speed than me. Like, look at this. It's steep.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm gonna defend against you pretty hard because I'm not gonna give you any inch. You're not as fast as I am. Come on, in the steam machine. Have some ground to make up. Oh, come on, shitbox. Time is just going up, 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 up right now. Don't need that. I need 32 flats right now. Nothing else. Nothing else is acceptable. Oh, it's locking. Gonna be shitting me. These guys are going faster than me right now already. Come on, I've not even made it into the top 10 again. Most useless comeback drive ever. Can't even make it back into the top 10 where he started. Yeah, guys in front, actually, all of them escaping right now. That's how bullshit this is. Yeah, lapping mid 32s, what am I producing right now? Actually, roughly with them. But I need to produce actually a bit more than that to really close in. Because I'm more matching them than just exceeding them. Considering the margin of error with this car. This pace is not enough to close in. And this is just for the bloody top 10, not even... We're not even in there yet. We definitely deserve some positions up there. What? That's not supposed to be track limits, okay? I mean, it's not a warning, but, you know, still. I don't know how it got to the idea that that could at all exceed track limits. Basically the exact same time as last time. No, you could have crashed, that would have made my life a bit easier. Because overtaking costs so much time. And considering how little ground I'm making up to the cars in front, I cannot waste any second of that time. Considering I'm again getting kneecapped in terms of my pace, for all the damage I've collected. Appreciate if you just deleted yourself. Only one of the guys behind me is keeping up with me, that's a bit not great. Or cute end. Matching me even. That's not good. I'd overtake him earlier, or I think I did overtake him. Could be possibly Ooh, that's not fun. Come on, make the apex. I don't need to lose more time. Come on, shitbox. Produce good lap times finally again. Yeah, he can avoid a car and still not lose a single tenth. Come on, dude. At least lose time if you don't take damage from it. Like, I lost time due to having to alter my line to avoid it. And it was still stupid tight. Hello, car, would you kindly... Well, a nice rotation into the corner, but it was just too much. Slightly. The guy's just not to be slowed down at all. Guys in front are going slower right now. Ryan Weirhardt is going still full pace, and the guy behind me is just not caring about anything and just putting the same exact lap times every single time in. Come on, make mistakes. Could you be human finally? Tired of fighting aliens, it's quite annoying. Yeah, I mean, I'm relatively consistent as well. Kind of, sort of. Just that my consistency ends up being 2 tenths slower than this. At least if I'm actually consistent right now, which this lap doesn't look like to be. Oh, hey car, why did you underslow there? This machine's decision making is so weird. At times. You don't seem to be having a good time doing this main car. Problem is they're serious, and these people. They're not fun to race against. They're too fast, that's the problem. And I'm trying to force this car to produce more pace than I need to, usually. If the competition was slower, this would be a lot more fun. Also, I've been screwed over at the race start, so I'm like... Yeah, I'm not gonna be nice at that point, frankly. Okay, finally he puts a normal time in. Still faster than me, but like, you know, slower. At least, you know, he can be human. Yeah, it is hard to overtake in the circuit. As long as you don't make a mistake, it's relatively difficult to overtake you, but... You know, I have to overtake 2 people at least. Then I'm back to my starting position at least. Which isn't much. It just sucks how I got spun out on the first lap. Because the guys in front checked up, I got a twitch of oversteer out of the gravel, and then some guy hit me from behind. Everything within about a second. That wasn't me going towards the back. Come on, stop locking. Also, I'm not gaining on the car in front anymore. Thanks. I gladly appreciate that happening. Could you guys decide on a pace and just do it and go slower than that? Also, my fuel consumption is higher than expected, but I think I have right now enough fuel to get to the end. Oh, come on, you shitbox. Why is the front locking now? Why are we dealing now with front locking? That's not fun. Come on. Wow. How many months have you seen it? A lot. Brian Ware is escaping the front. Come on, brakes! Come on, for fuck's sakes! Stop seizing in that corner. It's so bullshit. Come the fuck on, car. Work already. I moved the brake bias rearwards. You should be fine at this point. I'm braking normally. Just work already. Every other corner it works. Well, hey, close up even further on the brakes on me. That's not completely unreasonable. And now you're gonna out-drag me in the straight line because you have obviously straight line speed. Nope, the rear brake's locked, the front brake's locked, both locked. I'm not driving nice right now. Doing a bunch of chopping. Well, I just would like to, you know, be treated fairly. And if stuff would actually happen, you know, fairly, where I don't get cars thrown at me. Every single race get damaged that isn't my fault. And you know, have a car that works and doesn't screw me over. Then yeah, I would be more inclined to fight a bit fairer. Oh, hey, car!
Car on the left. Clear on the left. There's some light damage on the left.
Hello, shitbox! What the fuck was that? We have steering damage. Brakes, come on, please work. Why does this have to why has everything go worse? It's like, come on. I have to fight with enough bullshit. Can I just have a silver lining? Can I have good things happen to me, you know? It's not much I'm asking for. Good things for once. And not just bad things every single day. Come on. It's not much. I get thrown into a barrier twice for no reason. Hello, car, would you kindly turn? I know I have steering damage in that direction, but like, please just turn already. They're now 11 seconds ahead. I was fucking 3 seconds behind. Before my car decided to depart this realm. Down gears, which was necessary. Yeah, we're losing, I think, a second now at this point per lap. I don't know if I want to continue this race. This isn't fun. It wasn't fun at the beginning. It was... And I got screwed over repeatedly, and there's no point in continuing racing. I guess I could continue for, you know, championship position. But I don't think I'm gonna be classified in the top 5 anyway there. And this would be immediately my dropped score. Because my worst result up until this point was, I think... Yeah, that was Donington, I think. And I have no chance at this point to fight back. This car is absolute toast. The repairs are 34 seconds. Because the wall impact cost me another 10. Yeah, fucking 2 10s and for turn 1 gone. Thanks, shitbox. I love this car. It's just days like I have enough.
You've got light damage at the rear.
No, I'm not dealing with this shit. No, that's not asking for stuff like this to happen, frankly. That was not fair. Any of this shit wasn't fair. Getting taken out on the first lap is not right. It's like, this sold still from last week because I could have won that race if I didn't get screwed over repeatedly by people. And what happens this week? I get screwed over even harder just to make it sure that... Yeah, I get oversteered there and without a chance to stabilize it because the... Dip the wheel in there, it gets me a bit of oversteer. I would have gathered it up if the guy didn't fucking hit me there because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's the guy that also... I think he was fighting me just before I decided to yeet the car off. And yeah, that's for me just done. Yeah, I don't usually quit, but it's just, it's not gonna be good. I don't know, how long did I have still in this race? 40 minutes or some shit like that? The car was... Yeah, okay, he got spun there. I guess he got karma'd. Because I did pass him here. Yeah, that was me going back by. Yeah, that's... It's not his fault still. It's just, I got so bloody unlucky with this shit. It looked halfway decent. I started making up a few positions, then it turned into a struggle fest to getting the next guy run down. Actually, I got this guy run down and he spun and nearly took me out in the process. It's here, right here. Loses it, spins. You know, it would have been nice if I had just been hit there so I can end my race a few minutes earlier. But I had enough at that point, frankly. It's just... I don't know how many laps I would have had to suffer through. So where's the nail in the coffin? Like, it's okay when I can actually get the grasp of... Yeah, here it happens. The car gets bumped slight. What I think happened is the car gets slightly unsettled over the curb. Yeah, I get bottomed out here, get flung a bit wide. Car understeers into the gravel, it spins, I try to get it back up and it hits the wall, and that's another 10 seconds worth of damage and about, what is that, 10-12 degrees of steering? And before that, I think the lap times were already not great. There were low 32s were possible still, but not too bad, and at that point it was a second per lap slower, and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna put up with this shit anymore. You're in desperate need of a break, maybe. Maybe, you know. Maybe. That series just rubbed me the wrong way. RCI just rubs me the wrong way for multiple reasons. And it's like, I mentioned this, but like no one was listening to it. It's like I saw in the... where was it? Where's the channel for it? Come on. Looking for team, right here. Jordan writes, hi, I'm looking for to join a team for some races. Pace at Silverstone is low 2 minutes and at the Nürburgring low 156. If you want a driver, DM me, I will let you know if I'm available. Class silver at some track, AM in Altos. What the actual fuck? What is this? That this is supposed to be AM pace. That is supposed to be AM pace. What the hell is going on? This is bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. That is totally reasonable, pretty good pace that he's capable of. Pace that I would say, yeah, I'm probably around that myself. But like, he has to denigrate himself to AM, and it's like, no. No, that's bullshit. Just because there's some aliens who are doing what, I don't know. It's 1 minute 55s at Silverstone, and probably it's 1 minute 50 flats at Hot Lap, because Hot Lap is bullshit. Then, you know... But yeah, that's just... And then last week where it's like, hey, I could win a race finally for once, and then I just end up finishing second again. Because everything decided to... So yeah, that's great. Let's see, there's some LFM races for sure on, and I can... I don't know, maybe have fun. I mean, that shit is also sweaty as all hell. So there's that. Yeah, 13 minutes. M2 Cup. You know? That sounds fun. Like, unironically, that sounds fun. GT4 is an hour 13. Alton Park, which would actually work with the Maserati relatively well. So, you know, that's something. Yeah, let's do M2. That is completely reasonable. Yeah, I think what also rubs me a bit the wrong way. I've been trying to been doing some Pokemon stuff again, and it's like there is what is it called? Vivillon, right? It's a butterfly Pokemon out of Generation 6. And in Generation 6, it has 20 different patterns, depending in which from which region a player is. You know? So, and this came to the attention of a lot of people due to a certain very popular YouTube creator making a video about it. Making a video about Generation 6. And mentioning this, and people have been since then very actively trading, and I'm also contributing to it. But what has been a bit frustrating, obviously, isn't, well, it is obviously because it, like, if you open the GTS with the wrong settings, you end up literally crashing your system. That's also a fun thing, but okay, fine. Because people are doing not great things, but for the most part it's fine. What has been frustrating is like trying to, because certain regions have so few players, it's like, okay, I'm gonna just boot up an emulator, set it to that region and play. And the problem I've been running into is like, I've configured Citra correctly and everything for all of these for the regions, and it will just ignore it and will always generate jungle pattern. Now, jungle pattern is a bit demanded, but yeah, that's not all patterns I need. It's just jungle, and you, irrelevant of what region you set it to, it will always be jungle. It doesn't care. You need to what it is that you need to start your save file from fresh, because in a certain region you can't just you can't switch always your region, but like you need to. It doesn't work when you just change region, but it doesn't change what patterns you get. You can always change your region, but like it doesn't change what patterns you get. It's dependent on what was set at the beginning of the game, and seemingly that doesn't work correctly. And I've probably upwards of 8 hours wasted on that stuff, because I've tried multiple times, and I've just now come to the realization that that just doesn't work for no reason particularly. There is no real reason, and I would need multiple 3DSs to actually generate the save files or just get a save file out of those regions. Then I can obviously play them in Citra, do the trading in Citra over to my own save file, put the save file back into my 3DS and run it. And then do trading again, which works, I guess. I'm gonna now, after this stream, probably gonna finally trade a bunch of them that I have in one of the save files out of there. That's gonna be a bit of work, but once that's done, that's done. But yeah, that hasn't helped either. There's just some other frustration with other things not working well. I mean, I got ticked off today quite a bit when I got quite ticked off today when I'm like, oh yeah, I needed to wash dishes again, and like I did it, and I came back downstairs for dinner. It's like, oh yeah, the pans are still not clean. It's like I've been doing this for a fucking decade and it just still doesn't work. Still won't be clean. It's like I try and it just won't fucking work. That's why I believe there's no point in practice or nothing. It's like you can try and it's like nothing will fucking change. You won't improve. There's just it constantly hit like after 5 minutes a skill ceiling. It's goddamn fucking low. Oh, shit just not gets to me. Yeah. And yeah, I haven't won a race in like months at this point, I think. So it's starting to wear a bit on me. I have signed up with the KTM crossbow for the weekend. For a 6-hour race in Monza, because they set up good time slots so I can actually race there. Obviously, why am I driving a crossbow? Well, the Maserati won't work at Monza, so I can't bring that car. But, you know, crossbow, I mean, it's probably not good enough, frankly, but like, it's not terrible at Monza, so there's that. Alright, let's get some practice in. That's the GT3 series, we don't want that. Also, because the tires are fixed now, I can finally actually drive cars, you know, outside of Bentley, so I can actually consider driving different GT3 cars, and that's also great, but it's like, so things are looking up, but like, it's just, I don't know, depression sucks, I guess. Yes, depression just sucks, and you should just get stuck with it. Well, let's connect to the practice server and get some laps in, I guess.
Green light.
How long do I have till the session goes live? 10 minutes. Let me. Well, it's okay, man. Don't let it affect your team edges really fast and like comparing. Gonna do you good. Yeah, I try. It's just. It's fucking hard, and it's like. I've been doing this for so long. I would expect to be better than this. Like, you would I set expectation for myself that's like I should. It's like, oh yeah, somebody who's picked up the game like last week, or like somebody who, my teammate who literally hasn't driven the game in months, like just drive circles around me. It's like, yeah, that ain't right. That isn't right. It's the problem that I have at ×1. That is kind of the problem over the years. That I have succeeded at times. With false dawns. Clouding vision. Let's sort the setup as can put a lot more camber on there, I guess, but yeah. Let's just drive it and see how it works.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Yeah, but everybody else had to too. That's the thing. They all had to deal with that, and they all just coped way better than me with everything. I mean, like, day of the update release, I drive on LFM and everybody seems to have all sorted out already. It is bizarre world on that front. I mean, there's some good stuff to look forward definitely to, as I said. That 6-hour race that I'm gonna solo. I'm gonna need to find someone to do the RCI 4 hours at Silverstone. I've signed up a Maserati for it. I need somebody to drive with me because I can't do the entire race because they are not as great with time slots. They have someone else who's soloing the Maserati, so I need to contact them, but like I've just not gotten myself to do it. I think also on the list of setbacks this weekend was like, I just remind myself that like, yeah, I tried to get a tape deck working that didn't work, and it still doesn't. Everything that I touch basically just doesn't return anything. Rarely anything works. I have, however, I think come to the conclusion what the actual problem is with this tape deck. It's not the tapes that are frankly in such a the tapes themselves are fine, but like the cassette tape, the exterior of them is like the screws are corroded. That is the level of these are. Yeah, these are bit old. Self-recorded tapes from my dad and stuff. It's like I wanted to like digitize them for a while, but like I threw them into the old Walkman and it just didn't play them. It couldn't spin them at all, not even fast forward or anything. It could play one of the tapes that looked in a better shape, but that was playing in slow motion, so something wasn't right there. Left it alone. I recently looked into buying an adapter for converting composites into like HDMI or like or inputting into my computer. I think that's probably the option I'm gonna go with. And just play off OBS. But like to like either to achieve two things more or less, like actually 3 things. One, digitize the entire VHS tape collection that we have laying upstairs around. So it's just lazy and doesn't do anything. The other thing that works wanted to do is, well, maybe digitize the tapes with the tape deck, but then I also realized there is a composite audio to 3.5mm jack cable that is laying around with it, and when I use that, well, that can be used with the tape deck. So I tried that over the weekend and that device didn't work. The tape deck just didn't want to spin the tapes, any of them at all. Neither on the left port nor the right port. Trying to do playback, it thinks that it's at the end of the tape and switches direction and switches again and switches again. Except if you switch it out of the mode that it auto reverses. Yeah, I don't know how much this thing at 30 years ago cost. It's probably not cheap. But yeah, I've been considering that's the problem with the tapes. Looked at them. I actually took one of the tapes apart. but it doesn't seem to quite be it. It can be lubrication of the tapes, but one of the instructions for lubricating them is, you know, you put it into one of those, a Walkman or the like, where you have access to the thing while you have, where you can effectively access the tape while it's inside playing. It plays with an open lid, and well, problem being is that the Walkman doesn't spool the thing even on fast forward, so you can't lubricate the tape, except if you do it manually. And it gets, I think, a bit silly when you do it manually. Yeah, I was referring to multiple different things. I was definitely referring to VHS at one point, but like when it comes to the old cassettes of my dad, it's like those are obviously normal cassettes. Yeah, I was referring also to some VHS. I wanted to have a composite to HDMI or composite to composite capture. Probably the thing that I'm gonna go with. Right, I've been looking into that. Other purpose was perhaps using the NES, perhaps using the old Wii console, perhaps even using the old Wii console to dump the ROM save file of my copy of The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, which must be at this point, I don't know, at least 20 years old. The save file is still on there, it's fine. It's an EEPROM save, so they will probably be, as long as the memory chips don't depart this realm, be fine, which is a long time, frankly. The save is for the most part fine, but I still want to back it up. But like, problem being is you can either, for this solution, buy a GB operator for like $60 plus shipping. $60 plus shipping. I don't think you're selling in Europe prices that easily. Anyway, you need to buy that and dump it with it. You could buy that open source multi-cartridge format dumping device, which would enable to dump me also the NES cartridges, but that thing is importing it from Japan, and it's like, I've paid enough import duty recently, I don't particularly feel like spending upwards of 200 euros on this thing, thank you very much. And then the other consideration is you can use a not a 3DS, a normal DS, with a flash card to run a software that dumps the whatever's plugged into the Game Boy slot. Problem is, flash cards are literally illegal in Germany. There seems to be I was trying to search for them, and then I suddenly stumbled over an article that talked about different flash cards, and it mentioned like, oh yeah, they got banned in a 2016 ruling as piracy devices. Great! You know, I wasn't intending to use them for piracy, I was using to dump a save file, which is perfectly, for the most part, legal, but, you know... I could just play ROMs anyway on my 3DS. So what's the point? Yeah, that's fun. So that is... So that isn't working. And another alternative is you have a Game Boy Advanced, you plug that thing into a GameCube or Wii, a modded GameCube or Wii with the link cable, and you dump the save file this way. Guess who doesn't have a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Advance link cable? Now, funnily enough, you can buy Game Boy Advance link cables for $12 on Amazon. No, I'm not joking. That shit actually still ships. They also have the time bomb issue. Yeah, I was just... It is flashcards for DS are a mess. Complete another mess. Those things. You have no clue what's happening. It's like it's really hard to even figure out which one is which, because a lot of them try to like add 3DS support, which doesn't matter. So that just made the scene completely complicated, and because the 3DS exists, 3DS and DSi as well, exists, so there's like no real point in having one in general. So the documentation is what exists in terms of information out there is old, and in terms of that means the actual products that are on the market that you could buy are like completely different than what you could get information on. And then again, it is banned here, so you can't just order it over Amazon. You probably can't find any second-hand sold. You can buy obviously these 401 game cartridges that are technically also piracy, but because there's enough sellers just throwing shit at the wall, they're gonna keep selling them, frankly. So you just always have some of those. I forgot to set up my car. Just realized. It's a bit stupid. But yeah, you just can't get those. It's fun stuff. Good. Have you heard the news that we have BG Toolset again? I wasn't following too much shit. I was mostly rambling on for my own stuff. But yeah, that's the fun part there. I mean, back in the day, I owned an SP, which is why I have the Minish Cap. But oh, my dad lost that one, so that's fun. I've been looking at like buying it in advanced. I need to look at the Kleinanzeigen listing for that one again. If that got sold or anything, it would be $100 plus a few games that may or may not be reproductions. At least would be interesting games because it includes Pokemon Emerald, which would be interesting in the sense that, you know, you can uptrade then Gen 3 properly into Gen 4. It was an interesting feature, considering how much Pokemon I've been recently playing.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Have to wait several months for BG Toolset again. I don't know what BG Toolset is right now. I mean, if I had also dug myself into working on Checkpoint again, getting perhaps the GBA Virtual Console save file dumping for that working finally. That probably wouldn't have happened. Because that stuff is very complicated on the 3DS. Yes, I know halfway something about 3DS homebrewing. Although most way I've only recompiled my own stuff and shuffled commits around, frankly. I've not actually written any code, frankly. And C++ is always so great to understand and read. But yeah, I've been thinking of like perhaps modding the Wii and then dumping its with Wii and dumping its save files off there, stuff like that. What did I actually something that I made over? I haven't talked about this because I haven't streamed since then, but like I think it was on Friday that I plugged the NES in and tried it out, and I'm not sure if like the video output on it is damaged or the TV got a bit confused with interpreting its signal. Even though that TV is not particularly new, but you know, you never know with... Anyway. But besides that, I plugged in The Legend of Zelda, and there is actually a fucking save file still on there. That cartridge is ancient, and I'm 99% sure the battery on that thing has not been replaced. And there is still a save file on there. It is nuts, that fact. That must be some German quality button cell in there. Frankly, like, that's absurd. That thing still works. But obviously it's a bit of a problem because, you know, I could perhaps replace the battery by soldering in a new one, and then that would kick the problem down the road a bit. Because who knows if when the day comes when that cell finally kicks the bucket and actually deletes the RAM in the process. Could be tomorrow. But also it's like, I do not trust my soldering skills, and the workshop downstairs is still a mess, unfortunately. And if I talk shit about that fact that the workshop is down there still a mess, because I wanted to build my button box finally. I got the components back in December, I think, all of them. And I still haven't put it together because, well...
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap. Clear on the right.
I don't think it's technically allowed to overtake an LFM, but...
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Whoa, what are you doing, bro? I mean, I missed my braking, but like, that was something else. Oh, I'm down already quite a bit.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Very good fan as soon as you sing them. Well, I guess I didn't interact with him enough. That happens. But like, definitely need to get back to doing my coding stream again. Need to also... It's just a bunch of stuff that is also piling up additionally. Yeah, there was no progress on that front made. Completing assignments, I didn't get some assignments last week done on time. That sucked. Man, there's so much time right now to gain. I'm amazed, bud. I'm not even that far down the order right now. I think it's in part because there's probably not that many good drivers in this session, rather than me being fast. I'm not saying there isn't any good drivers in there because, well, how far am I off Paul right now? 2 seconds.
Well done, mate.
2 seconds off the pace.
Flag ahead. Be careful.
Are we only 8 people? I thought we would be more. I know the series isn't particularly the most popular, but I expect it to be a bit more in this time slot. With the 10 PM time slot, it's not an unpopular one.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
But yeah, and something that I can definitely look forward to is, well, I don't know if I can look forward to it, is maybe I'm also feeling pressure from that, is I'm gonna be driving off Factor 2 again, end of this month. What? How the fuck did I just wipe out 2 tenths? I was 8 tenths up and then suddenly only 6. Okay, fine. Oh, hello, car. Thanks for wiping out another 2 tenths. It's not like I'm going particularly fast anyway. Yeah, there's more actually. Obviously, I got denied. Fuck the. Getting the braking point here right is quite a challenge. There's so much time and times to gain here with this car. Right now it feels like the perfect thing to drive. Well, probably I should have not gone on the LFM and gotten on the Wangen instead. I've not done that enough recently. And now at the end of the day, we're humans on the Wangen. Sure, if you're very fast, you're very fast. Probably what matters more is the car you chose to drive. And even that gets invalidated once you hit a wall, inevitably. Hit the wall or traffic, or both. Oh no! I think I'm out of time to making it to the line, unfortunately. The track limits a bit.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
No, I don't think this is gonna be enough. Yeah, getting denied by like. Yep.
Session is now over.
2 seconds. 2 seconds was what was missing to me getting another lap in. Thanks, I gladly appreciate that.
Your lap time is important to stay on the track.
Classic me moment. Getting denied by 2 seconds. And also that people at the end of the session decided to find pace. That's also a classic me moment. What are we gonna do in the setup, boys? Stuff looks halfway decent. Camera's a bit low, probably in the rear lefts. Compared to that, everything seems to be fine, I guess. Up slightly lowered, but not really much. Tire pressures were a bit on the low side though. So let's just dump some more pressure into them. Seventh. I mean, there's 17 people though. At least something. But still, I'm like massively off the pace. Come on, can I at least use a menu before you guys yeet me constantly for sessions? Okay. Yeah, 1.5 seconds. It's like I was nearly at 1 second, and then it's just like, yeah, A, the lap didn't get invalidated, and B, they found all more time. Fun. Actually, I probably took way too much fuel into that run. Just realizing. I don't know, how much fuel do I need for this? 40 liters should be more than enough. Should I bother with making fuel off? Wait a second. Oh. I was about to say, who's driving a very similar livery to me? Yeah, it's me. Who's driving the similar livery to me? Because I'm watching from someone else's car. Yes. We got a license MSG have gets sold off to another company that actually develops good games like Rise of Kunos. WEC, IndyCar, and Formula E, and God knows what our lists are locked up with the other company. Okay, Charles looks like a new song. Okay, I guess. Goodbye then. Did he actually? Or is this some new exit strategy?
30 seconds.
That I'm not familiar with. Probably go on the one after this.
Stay double file. Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
How much noise there is right now.
Give it all you can. Car on the left.
Didn't get a good launch at all.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
You know, have bad qualifying and then immediately lead 2 positions at the start. That's the stuff I'm up for about.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Probably braking way too much for this corner. My throat feels like I'm getting it cold or something. Probably from all the shouting I did earlier. Yeah, lost the position there at the start, just to rub the salt foot into the wounds.
Car on the left.
And now I'm stuck on the outside of the guy.
Clear on the left.
Come on, I need to make up positions. I would like to have a decent race tonight. One. Oh, come on, car. You could do a bit better than that. Also, you know, tire temperature is not overrated. You could provide me some of that as well.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
What was that car? You made the worked till it suddenly didn't want to stick at all. So thanks, I gladly appreciate you losing me even more time, car. No, that's too fast. Thanks, shitbox. Because everybody else can do it, but I can't. So I love that. And I'm complaining again. Yeah, because you can get away with shit like this, but I lose immediately like 4 seconds if I get any sideways momentum at all. I make a single mistake, but you can just drive your car sideways and it will be fine. You end up going probably faster doing that. I was faster than everybody in front of me, but like not by much. Well, that wasn't that it.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Finally just strong-armed myself by him. Could I finally get the pace again, please? Still doing 59s now, come on! Come on, be fair to me, I'm trying to learn this car. Come on, let me have some piece of this pie as well. Don't just leave me hanging. I mean, these two are losing time because they're racing side by side, but so it's not really helping me. Nice run through there. Oh, come on, you shitbox.
Gaining on the car heading sector 1.
Yeah, I'm actually capable of doing the same lap times as them. It's just it takes ages for the car to decide to do it. Occasionally I have to yell at my car for it to do my lap times. He actually makes music? I did not know that. I knew Villeneuve was a failed musician after his F1 career. Oh yeah. Okay, he effectively expresses his Ferrari pain. You're not joking to me and it's some fan-made parody or something. It's genuinely like Clerks music. I mean, Villeneuve is a failed F1 driver after his F1 title. Like after his F1 title is... Yeah, actually, Jesus, I did really not know that. Oh, come on, I'm braking so early for this corner now. Previously I was a late braking master for you, but now I brake way too early. I'm just dropping off the back of this battle grip, like, come on. Could I be an inch closer than that? Just a tiny bit closer, come on. That was too fast. Probably cut. Yeah, it was, but we got away with it. And the guy is hounding me from behind. Like he just did not take me overtaking him in stride at all. He drove so slow before I overtook him and then just suddenly picked up the pace. All of a sudden.
Losing to the car heading sector 1.
Shut up. Brakes? What the fuck? I broke at my marker. What the fuck was that? I broke at my normal braking marker, but no, I don't get stopped this time
We're
around.
at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Thanks, game. I really appreciate how the brakes do work from time to time. And like, thanks. Could I get something that works? Come on, let me get closer again. These guys should be losing more time with each other, but like they just aren't. Come on. Throw me a bone already. Something. Can literally get away with fighting side by side because if I make the slightest error, I immediately lose 2 seconds, but they can literally bump and run. Well, I lost a second there, okay. Fine, I guess. Well, actually, I think this is all the battle for the lead here. Accidentally put on the wrong brake pads. These are Type 2s. I don't think you would want to type Type 1s on this car ever. But yeah, this is the problem with this car. It's the difference between if you brake a meter early or a meter later. It makes the difference between you make the corner, you undershoot the corner by miles, or you overshoot by you heading towards the next postcode.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out in front.
It's a back marker there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Fuck.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. There's some light damage on the right.
Thanks!
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Well, I see, didn't think about putting much of a fight up, considering what has just been done to me. That Fangs hits me like twice to get the position back on me. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna catch him till the end of the race. There's 8 minutes to go. He's gonna put his foot now down. The only reason I was able to catch early is because... And that was me missing the braking marker again by a meter. That's half a second gone. Because I missed the corner there. That's not gonna happen to the others. It's cooking the front brakes, I think. Probably didn't open the front brake ducts enough. Because I closed them up to 3.3 because, you know, it's 15 degrees Celsius, brother. It's not warm. Oh hell, hey car, would you kindly like not try to murder me now? That's not up on the agenda right now. Oh come on, you shitbox! Not murdering me does not mean you can suddenly snap into snap understeer. That's not what was asked for. One good race I asked for. One! And I still get shit like this. I get spun around. I found the account of that German racing fanboy again. I wish he identified as trans now. Kind of not the biggest surprise in the universe. You know, this... I've had enough of a shit day. Let's get myself cancelled. The More Female Racers Championship that SimGrid hosts is basically just a MTF championship. You don't even need to open a separate trans one to represent the underrepresented trans voices. It is already the trans championship. And I'm pretty sure they are actually biological women in there. But you can definitely not deny that trans people are probably overrepresented in it. Right. And now that I've said that, I'm sure I'm gonna be fine for like at least another 2 years until somebody digs it out of this VOD. Or not, because it's not like I'm gonna get over any relevance. Yeah, I mean, it's not the biggest judgment on the series. I could judge them because Jessica Pelletier was not doing particularly too bad a few seasons ago. That would be a judgment, considering how notoriously terrible that driver is. She is. I don't know. They are. That one is a complicated case. A very complicated one. A very long history as well. Some absolute deep lore stuff. You know, in the end, about that one I cannot care. The last thing I saw of her was for, I think it was this year's Daytona 24 in iRacing. I saw her name when I was watching the bottom split video of it. The VOD of the bottom split stream of it, which means she wasn't the lowest split that LMDH was driving in, and she was driving LMDH. She didn't do anything stupid, she just appeared in it. That's the latest one that I saw of her. It's like, oh, that's the person I know. Previous time I had actually seen her was her driving in the Own It 24 Hours of Indy last year. Her team finished, I think, 68 laps down on the race leader. I don't think it's quite completely her fault, it was kind of a team effort on that one. They drove a Lexus and just couldn't get the car to work. And had some severe skill issue there. Frankly, I shouldn't be throwing too much shade considering I'm having a skill issue today. In the sense that I suck today completely. My pace is mediocre in this race. Frankly, I do not deserve to actually finish higher up than I am right now. As much as I would like to say that. I mean, I'm not going faster than the car in front. It was such a great opportunity, and with these BMW brakes, if you brake a millimeter too late, the car will just completely overshoot the corner. It's not just, oh yeah, you're going slightly faster into a corner, no, you will just miss it entirely.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Great, somebody had spun out there. Actually, they're still there. Wow, I'm getting my P7 back.
Clear on the right.
Hooray, I'm finishing where my rating is at.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
It's not lived up to my controversial takes. Yeah, that's the thing. Every time I like look at the series, it's like, oh yeah, it's like main noticed person, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a trans person as well. I didn't want to do that to them, but it's like, there's definitely some competent drivers in there though. There's a yellow for here. Ah, that's a back marker again. Funny how my fastest lap has a massive error in this corner. Oh yeah, we're getting to the end of this.
Alright, race is over. Good job, mate. You did your best. Bring it back to the pits.
The first thing you see, if I saw you everywhere I looked, I would look to the stars so I could see you endlessly. You know, in terms of inspirational quotes, I think this is not the worst. I think my standards today have slipped into below rock bottom. And I'm like, yeah, this is not terrible. Although probably the image accompanying it is absolute garbage, so, you know. There will be a crash and turn one. Frankly, I don't think there was actually a crash and turn one, but okay, fine. Oh, somebody, I guess, didn't finish in the end. Yeah. Whatever, let's just leave the server. I know that the race is technically not quite over, but frankly, we're just gonna get off here. I could now hop on to the GT4s. Well, they are racing actually this week. GT4. Yes, yes, Alton Park is that right? Ah, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. Don't think I will do that. This has just been pain. Yeah. I mean, I would say, I have worse days than today, but I've not had it into a day with a worse attitude, so... Oh god. Oh, Todd just posted, he just posted an image of, like, Alpha 2 updating packages. Packages remaining 404. Installing package. God, I'm probably gonna experience something very similar if I boot up the game. It's not gonna be fun. I'm fearing this. That's not gonna be at all fun. Give me a sec. Actually, it's probably best to exit the ACC hood this. Let's get off ACC. Then... Right. Okay then. Content manager. Shall we launch? Yeah, I wanted to try that cal finally, but didn't get to it. So let me just briefly double check in the settings. Yeah, when you open the settings, it will immediately be like, no, these things are not mapped anymore. And I'm just like, bruh, why? It's really weird with AC. It's like, you open the settings and it's like, no, these are not mapped. And I'm just like, they were a few seconds ago. There was no change, and then you suddenly change and it breaks. Favorites, okay then. There's some people on this server here. The YouTube of traffic. They have an M1. What does the Navan look like? There's 15, Sylvia. Skyline. Okay, that one was just taken. Yeah, M2 would be definitely comfort food. They need some comfort food. Let's go M2. I don't have a round rim on, so it's a bit suboptimal. I would say so, maybe. I mean, it has gone on long enough. I only planned ready to race. The RCI race, and well, that ended already, even without me. So it's just right now waiting for AC to finish starting. this takes always forever, but it's like... we should now finally done. Okay then. I didn't even do shit today, really. Yeah, you can definitely go more a long day when you're here. Got no idea. Real penalty, obviously. Try to run. We don't need to do anything on this front. No, not this overlay. This overlay is correct, actually. Oh. At 5 AM and woke up at 6 PM. Well, I think I went to bed at about 5 AM as well. And woke up at... Gosh, when was it? I'll take I'm saying Luna. Oh. But yeah, I think I went to bed at like 5 AM doing the Pokemon stuff. Not having success on that front, going then to bed, waking up at about 9 AM, eat breakfast, went back to bed till about 1 PM. Stuff like that. Yes, you can see the chat, you can also see my my usual telemetry stuff. Because for AC I record what I actually see. Because the AC window is weird, to say the least. So I like to just... I mean, those two windows are a bit misplaced because they constantly just keep moving every time I restart the system. So when it comes to... Oftentimes I have to shuffle them back into position when I'm about to do another race. Prior to a stream, but... Num num num. Says the truck. I guess it's been a decently long day still. Nothing really of value produced because I came finally to the conclusion that the Citra is broken on that aspect. Well, the Tokyo Expressway in Gran Turismo is built on the Tokyo Expressway in real life. Also known as the Shitoko Expressway, also known as the Wangen. And this is built on the real thing. With like stupid amount of accuracy, frankly. There's a multiplayer server with traffic and also people racing with you. currently driving a Toyota MR2. Bit tuned up. I think this version produces about 500 horsepower, something like 500 horsepower, somewhere in that neighborhood. You can hear the turbo whine. Oh, that's a bit fast. This corner is the noob corner! Made it still. I don't quite understand what you're trying to say with that. Are you making a joke about me? Commentator cursing myself and crashing immediately into something? Or are you making a suicide joke that I'm not getting? Reference. Come on, decide which one of you is gonna go faster. I wanna get by you. Yeah, I do like the MR2 quite a bit. It's a pretty nice car. Like the car, like Muppet. Just has a really nice weight balance with the mid-engine layouts. Has good power. Ouch. That was a bit too fast. I do not know it. I do know that people have made the sad boy hours into the sad boy hours on AC. And driving to that specific song around this map in the rain. That is definitely a thing. When he took everything from you besides your R34. It's just people driving around this map in the rain. Because AC in the rain looks stupidly good. AC in general can look stupidly good if you throw enough post-processing filters against it. Well, heck, even in this right now it's really good. I'm not really doing it in the sense of like I really love her of relationship drama. It's more like what kind of actually the real life Wangan racers actually did is like more of the sentiment of some business people who are like de-stressing by driving 300 kilometers an hour for heavy traffic. Yeah, the people that raced here, large parts of our salarymen. Crazy people. Ouch. The Wangan Midnight anime is a really good one. I have to note that as well. Although I do have to note, you need to don't take the version that exists on various actually even including YouTube, because The rights holders of this of Wang and Midnight care so little that it still exists on YouTube. Like you could still watch it on YouTube like it's, I don't know, 2004. Well, 2004 when YouTube didn't exist yet. I did not want to wait for them to finally decide which order they want to drive in. Yeah, more like it's 2012 and you're watching episode 8 part 2 of Toradora. I never actually quite experienced that with anime because I wasn't watching anime at the time. I definitely experienced that with movies at the time on YouTube. That's something I definitely experienced with that. Although I did see kind of tail end really of some anime still on YouTube. Like Himigoto. Because Himigoto, if you cut the OP out of it, or you include only one OP, the 12 episodes of it, I think 13 episodes actually, of Himigoto fit into 52 minutes. Yeah, it's relatively short, but God, it's a guilty pleasure. It went from, oh yeah, this is kind of like the comedy to like, yeah, this is kind of hot. That's kind of like, well, shit, this is me. Not gonna lie. On the third watch. So yeah, that's. You don't read a drive. It's usually fine, but my chat is higher up to date than usually. And still it's a bit... But it's like this IRL and made the mistake of getting in the car with him. Yeah, obviously in real life you wouldn't want a street race past people, frankly. You know, you want to keep your driver's license and you don't want to pay an exorbitant fee for all the speeding tickets. I mean, we are traveling here upwards of 130 kilometers an hour. And in real life this section here is, I think, only allowed to do 60. Where we're driving right now. There are other segments that allow 80 kilometers per hour, but this is more of a 60 zone here. And we're doing like, I don't know, 4 times the speed limit at times. The equivalent for 726 euros in speeding fines. How does he even have a driver's license after that? By the way, that's a speeding camera. That's also a new feature that works on this map. Get caught if you speed. Oh, that's a player. Oh, my rearview mirror is a bit misconfigured. But I think it's an R32 R31 house has quite some bright headlights. It's a bit blinding. Oh, what the fuck was that? Since speeding fines, actually, he doesn't speed like that anymore in areas with cameras, but he still drives insanely recklessly. Yeah, I mean, let's just ask he's just asking to become an addition to the statistic, frankly. He's one of those people that lower the average life expectancy of men. You know. I was sure I'm gonna hit one of them. Oh fuck, that was too fast. Yeah, I'm on it tonight in terms of getting kicking people and stuff. If they block the road or run without headlights. Not that that is common particularly, but you don't really see it that often, people getting thrown for it. Let's go this way. Briefly. Nearly went into third gear there. Yoink. No! I'm doing with my life. It's 12 AM and I'm watching some German fanboy beat up driver in a fast car on virtual streets. What time is it actually? Well, for me it's not even midnight yet. That's what I ask myself sometimes, what am I doing? No, it's better not to ask. I mean, just to forget for now. Oh, come on! Come on, you stupid yellow thing. Fortunately, the Shibuya station is not yet included in this version of the map. They have extended this area up here in the beta version of the map, but yeah, they still haven't merged that one into the main one. Development has been, I don't want to say slow, because I don't know how long they actually took to add the other extension, but because when I started playing with the Tokyo Expressway, that extension that I went down the first time, that then ended up in a 90-degree right into that long bit there that diverts off the C1 road. Let's actually travel towards it again to make it easier to explain what I was talking about. That one didn't exist when I started, when I first drove on this map like 2 years ago or something. They added that relatively soon after. And since then they've been working on adding the Shibuya area. I think it's Shibuya, pronounced. They have all very similar name. And you know, I'm terrible with names to begin with. Yeah, that long piece of road they've... I don't know how long that took in development, but the Shibuya station area in comparison has been for quite a bit in development, and it's not that much roadway that was added there. Because yeah, this expressway section over here was completely new. Above the Shibuya station, the way there has already been there for a while. It's just the area around the station has been added. There's just a couple of blocks worth of roads. Because these guys are obsessive with their quality, so that's probably the reason there. And you know, a more likely culprit is that A, I'm underestimating actually the time that it took for that segment to be added. And B, life happens, and they might have just not had enough time in recent times to add into it. And frankly, how complete it is in the beta build, it is surprising that they haven't fully released it yet, but that's also the reason why they've been taking their time, because they want it perfect. And you know, in comparison to the previous version, which had sections where you could fall off, previous release version that had sections where you could fall off prior to the inclusion of that leg there, we found this version does not really have that problem. Come on. Come on! A bit difficult controlling a car when you have only an open wheel room. When it starts going, it's pretty difficult to save. You can't let the wheel slide like the usual wheel. Quite hurt myself at times. Yeah, we're gonna get closer soon. Is that a Maserati reference? No, it wasn't. Frankly, that car is controllable with this room. Easily so. Just this road car is a lot more wheel angle that it throws at you that you need to compensate for. And it gets difficult to save if you can't just let the wheel rotate in your hand. God damn it. Come on, you... Ah! But yeah, can't have nice things here. I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna do coding stream like tomorrow or so to finally make more progress on the plugin. Workman there is quite overdue, and let's start coding it on stream, so I might as well finish it on stream. Oh, hello there. I guess we're gonna do a bit more driving when you just came here. I have a bit more area to go to. Before we wind down this thing here. I don't know if the stream overlay works correctly and shows actually the gear and speed I'm doing. Because I should have one for this, but you know, you never know if it actually works. So you ask questions about it. But I mean, I can't read how fast I'm going because it's literally gone off the scale, but... yeah, wide open. Oh, this guy's slower. I should honestly probably remember to go... what's it called? Busy, I think, is the mode for... Do not disturb, right, that's the mode. Correct. For Discord, so I don't get the... Ooh! That was a driver! That was another driver, that was a player, actually. Yeah. This reminds you of Wendy's. I do not have an outfit actually around these. Oh god, no, I forgot how tight this corner is. This is really dangerous right now. Because this, even if you brake, this is over 200 kilometers an hour easily. At least not for these socks, I have other ones that it works for. I couldn't even fucking update it in this section right now. No, I definitely know when other people also send me them. As long as you sending me them, I do know that. The reason why I have definitely Discord, despite having streamer mode on Discord because it automatically enables, I do have sounds enabled for Discord, and the reason simply is that was close. Ouch! How dead would I be, frankly? McDonald's MUQU. Man, I need to do more work on my model. That's, you know, the agenda is very long of things. You haven't heard too much stuff that I've been doing, different things and trying. Over the weekend nothing has been working, and the race today hasn't been working, and the LFM race didn't work, and it's like... it's just been shit. When I'm on the Wangen, it's probably because it's not been a good day. Frankly. I just need to distract myself from that. And unfortunately it doesn't feel like I'm feeling great from that. Should probably switch on Deep Rock Galactic. Because so far that thing is usually have worked. You know, yeah, you can feel also inadequate there. You know, if I play that actually with my friends, those guys are way too good. And you feel like you're not really contributing either, but like with randoms it's oftentimes very easy because somehow there's people always that are even more incompetent than you are. Yeah. Oh, select collision. Ouch. At some point you can't get away with this. Traffic is a bit dense. Least dangerous Japanese highway race. Yeah, you ain't wrong, Buster. That would end here, but yeah. If you've watched Wang at Midnight, that does definitely make sense of like least dangerous. Although they would definitely not drive this fast in that traffic. When they go over 300, it is usually on all clears, but it is on this segment. That was way too close. Okay, we need to slow down because the road ends here. Because we have... God, I forgot the freaking name of this. We've arrived at... Oh, it starts with a J. Yamashita. It's not Yamashita, it's something else. Something similar. Yeah. Frankly, that you wouldn't walk at once. You wouldn't walk. You would just be vaporized. They would have to, I don't know, identify you with your DNA records. Drive the speed. No, I was choosing to do that. I definitely choose that. But I can't remember the... come on. The name of the last city of the Tokyo Bay Area. It's fine. I'll just continue back the inside route upwards again, but I don't think I will do the entire route. I think we will end it before that. No, why did you start this now? When did and why did I start streaming? Well, I did start, I think early 2021 it was. Yeah, early 2021. In part it was, prior to this I was playing with, actually I had streamed before even a bit, but like not much. I had switched back in, I think it was 2020 or something, to driving in VR completely, but before that I hadn't really... So before that I was mainly driving flat screen. I had a Ryzen 3 3300X, and prior to that even an i5 3500K, something like that. A 3570K, something like that. And so my PC power was not particularly great. I had upgraded to 1060, 6 gig landing, but like I was running the setup and it was not really great with VR. R-Factor 2 you could coax into doing it. ACC just no. You get into a pastel colors mode because the VRAM is not enough. So that's one. Frame rate was in general not great. But I had mid 2020 actually also upgraded my VR headset to an Index. I was playing quite a bit of VR chat. So I had upgraded to an Index because the WMR headset I was using well, started to literally fall apart. Also some problems with that headset for fun. Yeah, I switched to Index. Been running that headset since. Oh, I have the history to that one as well. That's a bit older history there. So where were we? Like, yeah, I headed into 2021 and heading towards 2021. The new graphics cards were released in late 2020, but there were the availability problems with the 3070s, but all of the stack actually, and also the AMD card. So I was like, not gonna immediately buy a graphics card. I'm gonna just wait for now and actually buy full voice tracking. But then I headed into January and it's like, yeah, crypto market is on the rise and the miners are gonna buy everything up. But like, shit, I'm not gonna wait another year or more before I'm gonna get a GPU, frankly, and gonna while out with my GTX 1060 that I was struggling DLE with just running anything. So I was like, okay, fine, what can I buy? And it's like RX 6800 for like 800 euros. Not great, but I bought it. In part because, well, it's... So yeah, I did buy that card. There was... What was in part motivation was like, there were issues with the card that I had initially with the driver that caused that when I was running VR games, that occasionally it would just dump down from 2 GHz clock frequency down to 500. It would just run suddenly on 500 for like a minute and then go back up. And I just could not diagnose this issue for the life of me. The optional driver from AMD, so the one that is a bit more up to date, that one straight up crashed on me once, so I was only running the recommended. So I was experimenting with this for a week. I was recording on my R3, which was really just struggling to do that, till I finally found the solution, which was a new driver version that fixed it suddenly. I've had since then quite a few other issues with my drivers, but that one went away. So I had been setting up recording and stuff, so one of the things I did actually was recording driving on the Wangen and uploaded some stuff, including the first pedal cam footage even there, I think. Yeah, I did that. I just like, oh yeah, I tried also streaming on the R3, but like that thing kind of became a struggle fest itself, so in the end because of how much the Ryzen 3 struggled, I had to decided to then upgrade my entire PC around my GPU that I just acquired. Spent a pretty penny on that to an R9 5900X system around the entire thing. But I have since then not touched... well, I have actually upgraded it since then slightly, because I carried my... From my Ryzen 3 I carried over the 1TB SSD, but and also the 1TB hard drive I carried over from even the earlier PC. Well, one of the old. And then I decided to replace that with a 2TB SSD. Although I probably shouldn't have replaced it because I actually need the storage space. I'm really strapped for storage space, frankly. Not just on my personal computer, but also on the NAS. I need like some proper NAS drives for my NAS. But I mean, my last uploaded video, I think, was the was a clip out of was a clip actually. I was trying to clip myself, do that more, but like that turned into like a single attempt at it. I mean, I've tried to give timestamps for all of my streams. I'm automatically generating each time a new session starts and when the session switches happen. And when I enter the pits, I actually generate a timestamp into a file, but like I've been not writing them actually back into streams descriptions. It's like I'm not putting the effort quite in. I'm putting my weight rooms up too late. My thumbnails are cobbled together in 5 minutes quickly. And calling it 5 minutes is actually being generous for how little effort I put in. They look all the freaking same. And the images I use for reaction poses of my model are also like reused for years at this point. But yeah, I did it once I had my PC upgraded. I started streaming, and because it ran, I did it. Oh yeah, we're actually back here. I did stream, I think initially with my pedal cam, then added an overlay to it. And then added slowly more features, and then I decided at some point like, oh yeah, I could, you know, become a racing VTuber. Because I got myself into VTubers mid-2021, so I just like, okay, I could actually do this. So what is the tracking software available? Well, virtual motion capture for capturing my VR head movement and stuff. For adding mouth movement, well, you can use audio, which I'm doing through VC-Face. It's not great, but like all of this stuff works. I mean, I'm planning to switch over to using what I use for when I'm using desktop capture, where I use actually Vinian exclusively with an app on my phone. For VR capture, I could also just use virtual motion capture and then pipe the output into Vinian and then use Vinian's mouth generation for mouth movement, which looks better than VC-Faces. Frankly, VC-Face capture is not that, generation of that one is not great. It can be better, and Vinian offers quite a bit of options there. So yeah, there's some stuff. I don't know even really how I started. It's like I'm racing anyway, so I might as well capture it and stream it, you know? And slowly add to the overlays and stuff. I said I had actually streamed a couple of times beforehand, before starting to do VR and stuff. There's underneath a very old stream a comment from someone asking for the SimHub overlay I'm using. I'm like, well, I want to publish it, but I haven't gotten around to doing it, and I answered the guy, but like, I'm probably gonna publish it and put a story out. And I still haven't done it. That is, God, I need to do that badly. That overlay has a bit of issues, but it does work on desktop. It does require you to run well in windowed mode, and it was initially designed for R-Factor 2, so some ACC features might not quite work as they should. But yeah, do you plan on growing your channel and stuff, or just continue streaming for fun? I mean, I would like to grow, but like, I feel there's, obviously I'm lacking some effort that I need to put in for some stuff. I mean, the model would probably be fine, because you can always, you could stream with the most hideous model and VTuber model and be fine. It's something people spend way too much money on. I'm not spending money on that, I'm making it myself. But yeah, that's definitely something that needs to, that I would like to change thumbnails need to get work on. If I wanna, I need to definitely do shorts and clipping if I wanna like grow it all. But I think the bigger problem, two big problems that I have, well, I'm doing another lap here, is that I'm streaming racing games, and that's just boring, frankly. And I'm not the greatest entertainer either. So, those are two things. Because at the end of the day... Oh wait, this car does not have a 6th gear, I forgot. At the end of the day, racing games are kind of not that interesting, you know? It's... You need to understand racing to actually like watching it, and I find myself not really watching that many streams of racing content at all either. So you just... There's a problem with sim racing. There's a lot of people who stream effectively their gameplay because, you know, if you have the hardware already, why not do it, frankly. But like also... Not a lot of people wanting to watch because like you could drive yourself and you lack the... There's multiple factors that make racing relatively boring. It's lack of... It's relatively hard to understand sometimes what's happening. There is a massive gap between the intensity I feel as a driver and that comes through on camera. Or the recording, because like... I can feel the wheel. Well, that's stupid. I can feel the wheel. I can feel... I can feel the slide here. It's... Looks... It's significantly more when the car is just on the edge of traction. I can feel that, but it doesn't come through on the video. That's one of the issues, frankly. Just the entire medium phases. Because there's a lack of intensity, and then intensity in that sense, and you're like fighting and fighting just to make up a few tenths on a guy that's like a second up the road, but on the video it looks like he's miles away and there's just nothing really happening, right? Or the intensity for me that is just like, like, oh yeah, there's a guy 10 seconds behind me closing slowly in, and it's like, yeah, but whatever as a viewer, right? I mean, I can try to convey it with commentary, which I'm trying at times, but it's like, is that good enough? I don't think so, quite. And then there's also the, like, yeah, I'm lacking on those fronts. I'm not quite good enough, frankly. I should be doing better. Some things I can do better. What doesn't help sometimes is also that, like, yeah, I'm experienced, I know a lot of stuff, but like, I'm also not that fast either, I'm not great, but like, what did I want to say? Let's go this way. What did I want to say? I'm not good at either. Okay, sorry to keeping conversations going. That's definitely one of the things that I get scatterbrained very easily. Yeah, my emotions is definitely one of the big problems because it's not particularly fun listening to me have throwing a hissy fit because my race isn't going my way. It's definitely the case being today, and I like you might be fine with that yourself, but like I don't feel that's acceptable, frankly. How I fly off the handle on a regular basis, that's just not great. It annoys me. That's kind of the problem, like I get annoyed at me being annoyed. Which is immediately a feedback loop that leads to me getting very annoyed very quickly. Because I'm annoyed that I'm getting annoyed that it's such a minor thing, and then I get annoyed that I'm getting even more annoyed that I'm so very annoyed at the thing, and it just cascades. And it doesn't make for particular. Yeah, yes, obviously. Yeah, there's the appeal of the lol cows that. Wings of Redemption and stuff that do that, but I'm not that. I could probably not stomach that. The internet hasn't cared about me enough to make me one. Frankly, I probably supply the material. Two streamers are watching general recursion without the base case on himself. Yeah. It ends up basically being recursion. And that's what gets me very quickly very frustrated about myself. Like something that is like in general me judging myself over things because I approach like going when something doesn't quite go my way, I'm like already thinking how I would get received for that. Like I do something and it doesn't quite go cleanly, and it's like me already going in my head over how I need to explain myself for these actions. And it's like in the end, it's like, oh yeah, great, awesome, works totally fine. And I'm just like, what? Like I need to. Oh yeah, could you go buy this thing? Okay, I go buy this thing. If they don't have that thing, I go like, oh, what can I do as the alternative? What can I do as the alternative? Like, okay, I could do this. It's like it wasn't talked about the alternative if this isn't available, and it's like, God, how do I need to explain myself? And going in my head already through how I get judged and yelled at for it, and it's that I didn't know it already how to do it, and it's, sometimes it happens, but like usually it's like, oh yeah, fine, it's perfect, you did it correctly. I'm like, okay, great. Phew. You did the correct thing. I'm like, okay, great. I think I've come to the conclusion that my environment isn't particularly great. I didn't want to come to the conclusion. So fine. But yeah, that's... And that ends up getting me, like, upset because I simulate in my head a person getting upset at myself, so I get upset at myself for being disappointment again, and there's a bunch of recursion that ends up getting me angry. Something isn't quite gone my way. If I've messed up again. Let's go this way here. What? Oh yeah, I would like to improve, but like it's just... I don't think there's much... I mean, I'm trying, but like, not enough, frankly. Trying to expand my scope, but like, not enough, and I feel like... Yeah, the other things also key, and I get scatterbrained and... Yeah. I don't know if you know Toradora, but there's an infamous scene in it of like him asking one of the girls like, and yeah, I'm gonna refer to that because I cannot rename fucking names besides Tiger, which my brain right now is capable of recalling. Yellow ones, I'm sorry, it doesn't. Like, he asked her like, does ever an airhead refer to themselves as an airhead? And she just goes, no! Like, they're sitting in the middle of the class and he like handed a letter through the rows to her, and she's like gets up, turns to him and just goes, no! But I feel like one at times, it's just, stuff gets so chaotic, I can't keep on top of anything. This is frustrating. Okay, fine, I've been literally turning circles at this point and I think there's a need. You did ask me the origin of my name. You did ask for that. You actually did, I think, ask for it. That's an amazing username, lol. Yeah, the origin of that name is for DerGeneralFluff. DerGeneralFluff. Yeah, the origin of that is because I got is in part because when I got into anime for the first time, I think back in 2018, something like that. I was on a Discord server. I posted a lot of memes on there. The owner was not particularly too happy about me reposting memes from. I literally sourced memes from 9gx, I have to admit that, but like, I did sort out the good stuff, okay? I was picky what I posted, but I posted too much for him, so he was like, yo, I'm gonna remove literally your permission to post in the shitposting section, and I'm like, I wasn't happy about that, I will definitely say that. But I got like the role of reposty or something. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna roll with the name of the meme of General Reposty. So that's that part, but the fluff part comes from, well, the fluffy tails, because also on the same server I got sold on the quality of cat girls, and then also sold slowly on the quality of cat girls and the quality of anime memes. That's what sold me on anime. And then I got obviously exposed to that fox girls are better, obviously. There's no questions about that. But I mean, fox boys are also very good, if not better. Especially as a fox boy, I need to say that it's better. But yeah. As I said, I have finished this topic as well. By the way, the story on that server had the ending of literally his moderators at times removed the role of me once, and he figured it out at some point and added it back. And then one of the another moderator removed the setting that blocked me from posting in the channel. So I lurked for a while, then started posting again. And he realized it again. And then I was like, man, you took ages to realize that I had the rollback, because it's literally a week that I had the ability, and he just banned me then after that. There's quite a few stories, unfortunately, of me getting banned of places. Because I just make, in the wrong moment, the wrong joke, and that gets me called out. You shouldn't joke to an admin that you shouldn't joke to the moderators that they are literally Anita Sarkeesian when they say to ban anything sexist, racist, bigotry. Because that got me banned of Jimmy Broadbent's old Discord server back in the day. You shouldn't you shouldn't associate with what becomes in the end the ex-girlfriend of the server owner, because I don't know, he bans you for being associated with her group, I guess. I don't even know about that one, Chief. Is that all of them? I think that's even all of them, frankly. Obviously own it, but like... That's self-explanatory. I don't think I've gotten banned of that many at that point. Enough, frankly, to... Oh yeah, right, I've got banned of a leak that gaslit me and did unjust penalties against me. How could I forget about those guys? Oh yeah, and I got also banned of... how can I forget also of that one? For suggesting to a driver that he's so utterly slow, and considering there's that he's like 10 seconds off the pace to make the cutoff, and frankly there's so many aliens in there that even I get pace anxiety, so I don't know if you even should try at this point. There's only 24 hours left on that, so it's like, you should probably try next time, maybe, I don't know. You shouldn't ask questions about... Yeah, it started in that case that he asked like, oh, does VR make you faster? I'm like, no. I'm like, dude, you're like 10 seconds off the pace. You are... Either you haven't done enough laps, or this is about as fast as you can get, and frankly, you're like 10 seconds off the cutoff line. You should perhaps not consider bordering at that point. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot of aliens signed up. Maybe this gets better later in the league, but right now this is terrible. And they were like not happy about me saying that. And I'm like, and the guy was like, no, I'm gonna try. And I'm like, okay, fine. Don't let some pessimistic asshole like me stop you from trying. I'm rooting for you. And they banned me for that. And it's still like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Because I was like, yeah, I said some not nice thing the first time around. It can definitely be received as not nice, even though my intentions were that you don't burn yourself up trying to hunt these aliens down. Because it's just gonna destroy you mentally. Because it was destroying me at the time, because I was offline practicing pre-quali runs for this championship, frankly. Yeah, you can definitely say that, frankly. Even though I didn't actually hang out with the girl too much, but like... with someone who ended up dating. It was a very complicated thing that I didn't even fully understand. It was frankly above everyone's head. There were some people who, like, were... I think all of them were older than me at the time, and none of them were really... You know, I can definitely, like, I don't know, it's not been that long. It was, I think, 2019, 2020 when that I got banned later, but like when these things happen, and it's like it's usually get out of AC, I would say, when these things happen, but like it's I feel like in some ways in these like few years in between I matured quite a bit and just got a bit better dealing with interpersonal relationships like that. Just knowing, just dealing with the shit and just being like, it is what it is at times when it's needed. Because that girl definitely, she was a bit odd, and it messed me a bit at times. I definitely handle myself a bit better around people. Although, as I said, I didn't have anything to do with her really. But yeah, that's that with fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, that's the problem, kind of. I said something that isn't particularly nice to say to someone, but there was a part of a reason, because I had I think yeah, I mean you're leaving, but like I'm gonna finish my sentence. I think I'm at a month prior or so. Not a month, like a few weeks earlier, I was driving with some people in ACC, 6 hours of Paul Ricard, and my teammates were, let's just say I would have beaten them in a GT4 car. They were bad. They were really bad. And these were also the people that like asked question. I think someone, either them or someone around their pace, like asked a very similar question to his, and that just like triggered me, saying like, look, this isn't it. You need to either learn how to drive and do more practice laps, but because there's not much time, like you're probably not gonna make it, unfortunately, and it's gonna destroy you trying to grind these people down, because it's destroying me. That was my approach, and it's not nice to say. Like that was the trigger effectively that got me into that mess. But what I don't quite know why is because I receded and said, look, I'm wrong. It's like, it's fine. Don't let me stop someone from trying. You know? Don't let a single person stop you. Yeah. It sucks because I'm at times lad. It sucks, I'm trying, but it's not easy. I'm probably autistic, I don't know. I'm trying. It's like... It is a very awkward topic, but like it's also not like I'm wrong, really. I didn't check if he made the cut in the end or anything, but like... It's not wrong, he was terribly slow and probably wouldn't make it. And the problem is obviously that no one will come to consider my perspective on this in terms of like, yeah, I'm someone who's averagely quick, but is also struggling just to make the cut. Who can already see that I'm not making it, but I know that he's way slower than me, and he will just not have a chance, and he will just sit there, grind his ass off, and just not make it. And it's someone who's just worn through and gone through the ringer and just feels like he's not worth anything and not good enough, and then people come... Yeah, I mean, I don't have a copy, I think, of the message I precisely sent. I think I gave a rough summary of it, of my memory of it. I told him, like, look, it's... If you... As I said, like, it started with him asking, like, yeah, make some faster. I'm like, no, it probably won't make much of a difference, especially not for you. Because you're 10 seconds off the pace of making the cutoff line and like 15 seconds off the fastest guy. There's only little time there, and there's a lot of aliens signed up, so you should probably try next time, frankly. Hopefully it's gonna get better in the later rounds in terms of aliens, but you shouldn't let this discourage... I think I forgot that you shouldn't let yourself get discouraged by failing this time, frankly. That's a part that I probably forgot. Because that wasn't part the intention there. But the thing that I find, like, a lot of people just do not get the intentions behind my words. They don't care about the intentions that people bring to the table. Yeah, see it later. It's like, yeah. I need to philosophically think my stuff through. You're doing fine. Don't get too mad at yourself or anything. I'll take that damn break if you need it. I think I take at times enough of a break for streaming, but like I guess I don't take a break of real life because, you know, I'm kind of always on break in some ways. Because I don't achieve anything anyway, and just... think I saw a post from Pipkin Pippa the other day of like her saying like during her need using PC. Oh well, OBS dropped the connection for a second. That during her need time she couldn't even get herself to like cook anything, so she would order like she would eat like I don't know what she was eating. It's like in her room, and then like for like a good day she would like order some takeout or something, and it's like, I mean, I have the advantage I don't need to think really about the food part. But hot damn, I'm not far further off this state. I mean, I'm technically not a need, but practically I am. So there's the problem. Alright. How many? 3.5 hours. Hell. Let's make it a less sad day tomorrow. I've rambled long enough on about bad stuff. There has to be a freaking end to this shit finally. There has to be a line drawn. And yeah. I guess I'm gonna see what harvest all the jungle themed jungle pattern butterfly pavilions out of my emulator save file, and then just, I don't know, call it a night, I suppose. Perhaps catch up with anime, but that would actually be work. So, fine. It is time to finally call it. Good night. Bye bye. Maybe tomorrow back with some coding, you know. Maybe.